This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic. Alright, this is video 4 of equations with decimals, and we're going to do these two problems on this video. So the directions are to solve and round to the nearest hundredth. So we begin like we did in the last video. We want to solve for x. I'm going to have to divide both sides by 7. Alright? And so to do this, we need to go and do some division over here. So we're going to do 7 into 6.5. But notice we're going to have to round to the nearest hundredth, and that's because 7 doesn't go in evenly into this number. So we're going to have to put some zeros out here so there's 3 places after the decimal point so that we can round to the nearest hundredth. So let's start that. 7 into 65 is... how many times does that go in? Is it 8 is 56 and 9 would be 63. So let's see, it goes in 9 times. And then we're going to bring down that 0. 7 goes into 20, I think, twice. And then we'll bring down the next 0. And then 7 goes into 60. Let's see, that's going to be 8. Which is 56. And you could stop at that point. And we're ready to round. So we see that if we go one place after the 100th place, it's an 8. So that means we're going to round up that 2. So when I write my answer, I can't use an equal sign. I use a little squiggly line to mean I'm approximating it. 0.93. Now here's the trick. Since we approximated it, when we check our answer, it's not going to be exactly the same. Okay? So you could go ahead and use a calculator and see if you're close to the answer, but it's not going to come out exactly. So in other words, when you go back and you say 7 times x and you put in 0.93, you're not going to get exactly 6.5 because you rounded it. But what you could do is see if you are in the ballpark. Are we in the ballpark? Okay, so you would normally have a 7x, and we're going to compare that. Now it's going to be, is it approximately, whoops, is it approximately equal to 6.5? Okay, so we have 7 times 0.93. Right, so let's do that. What's 0.93 times 7? Let's see, 63 is 465, and that's 6.51. 6.51, is that close? Yeah. Yes, we're in the ballpark. So it's not the same as checking an exact answer. So this looks like it's a reasonable answer, and hopefully we rounded right. So we have x is approximately 0.93. Okay, here's our next one. 3x equals 0.041. I'm going to move this over a little because, see, I'm going to need extra space. So we will begin. Why don't you try this on your own first? Put the video on pause and try it. See, divide by 3. So we have to do that division. 3 into 0.041. So let's try it. Well, it doesn't go into 0 at all. And 4, it goes in 1 time, so that's 3. And 3 goes into 11 3 times. And at this point we could stop and round. So remember, the hundredth is 2 places after the decimal. The hundredth, think of it as many. There's only 2 numbers after the decimal point. So since this is a 3, we do not round up. We're going to keep it as 0.01. We're approximating when we're rounding, so we say x is approximately 0.01. So let's check, see if we're in the ballpark. Are we close? That's all we can do since we rounded. So we take 3x, approximately 0.041. We're going to plug in 0.01. All right, so how do you do that? Just think of that as 3 times 1. You don't need to go over here and do some side work there. 3 times 1 is 3, and then you need to move your decimal in 2 places. So 0.03 over there, and over here, 0.041. Yeah, looks like I'm close enough to the answer. So I'd say that's the correct answer. We're hoping. You can't check it for sure. And we get 0.01. You could also do these problems with a calculator. Put in your calculator 0.041 divided by 3 and round. Right? But it depends if you're allowed to use a calculator or not. This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic.